Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into the life and literature of one of Korea's most revered and beloved novelists, Park Wan-suh. From her tumultuous childhood and the aftermath of the Korean War to her poignant stories that have captured hearts of millions, Park's work continues to inspire readers around the world. So get comfortable and let's explore how she transformed personal tragedy into beloved art. So Park Wan-suh's passing from gallbladder cancer in 2011 stirred a profound wave of public grief in South Korea. At 80 years old, she'd become affectionately known as the Auntie next door, or the Yop Chib Ajuma, thanks to her warm, conversational writing style and her witty depictions of everyday Korean life. Beloved by millions, Park's readers openly mourned the loss of a true literary icon. Although she only launched her literary career in her late 30s, Park went on to write nearly 20 novels and 150 short stories, as well as children's books and countless essays on a range of topics. Her career stretched across 4 decades, right up until her death. Just a few months before she passed away, she published her final piece of work called Roads Not Taken Are More Beautiful, which was a poignant tribute to aging and the natural world. Park remains one of the rare Korean authors who resonated just as powerfully with the general public, who bought her books in the millions, as she did with the often fickle Korean literary establishment, which honored her with numerous prestigious awards over the course of her life and career. Yet behind this acclaim and success was a writer who had endured more than her share of hardship and personal tragedy. So Park Wan-suh lived through some of the most turbulent moments in Korea's modern history. Born in 1931 in a rural village near Kaesong, which is now part of North Korea, she came of age under Japan's colonization of the Korean peninsula. Her father died while she was still an infant, and her newly widowed mother soon uprooted her from a tranquil countryside home with her surrounded by loving grandparents and natural beauty. Determined to raise a new woman, her mother whisked Park off to Seoul, throwing her into a hard scrabble existence in Hyunjo-dong, a ramshackle neighborhood on the city's outskirts. There, her mother sewed dresses for Kiseng girls, scrimping and saving in hopes of someday buying a house within the Seoul city walls. Despite these early hardships, Park managed to graduate from Sukmyeong Girls High School. In 1950, she became one of the first female students admitted to the prestigious Department of Korean Language and Literature at Seoul National University. Her studies, however, were abruptly cut short that same year with the outbreak of the Korean War. The war and its aftermath left indelible marks on Park. Her brother was killed, a tragedy that scarred her deeply. In 1953, the same year the war ended, she married and began raising a family. Yet sorrow struck again in 1988 when her only son, then studying to become a doctor, died in a traffic accident. Her husband passed away shortly thereafter. In a 2000 retrospective, Park wrote about losing her son, recalling, "My beloved child suddenly disappeared when he was in his prime. All that kept me going insane was the hope that I would soon follow him wherever he is." This tragic event became the basis for her short novel, My Very Last Possession, illustrating one of the defining aspects of Park's literary legacy, her gift for transforming personal grief into art. Shaped by her tumultuous experiences, Park drew inspiration from a profound well of sadness. Many of her works explore the upheaval she felt as a child when she was forced to leave a serene country life for Seoul's noisy, crowded streets. Two autobiographical novels, Who Ate Up All the Shinga and Mother's Steak, offer vivid accounts of this dislocation, detailing how Pak and her proud mother grappled with new hardships while striving to improve their circumstances. Though they focus on similar events, each novel offers a distinctive perspective on these same formative experiences. Pak once remarked that things that have not been experienced cannot be written, and these narratives reveal her effort to make sense of her own life by delving into memories of those living on society's margins. In Who Ate Up All the Shinga, she captures the evolution of her own consciousness with such keen insight that literary critic Che Kyung-hee praised it as a portrait of the artist as a little girl. Pak frequently revisited the legacy of the Korean War in her fiction, especially its toll on women. She said, "For the sake of survival, I had to endure every indignity and act of brutality that you can imagine. What kept me alive amid all the grief was my desire to document life. There were times I had to crawl like a worm, a deep sense of regret that built up into a desire for revenge maintained my last bastion of self esteem. I wanted to document the injustices of the war. It was at that moment that I realized the value of literature." In her novel, or short story, I should say, 3 Days in That Autumn, she tells the harrowing story of a doctor who was raped during the war and later becomes a gynecologist in post war Seoul, driven by an obsession to perform abortions for those with unwanted pregnancies. Through this character, Pak offers a profound psychological portrait of a woman nearing retirement, haunted by the tragic events that have shaped her worldview. The Korean War was the line common to us all, the barrier we had all confronted. What outrageous warping of fate had each one of us faced over that line? The doctor reflects, underscoring the conflict's lasting impact on countless lives. Pak's writing also probes Korea's post war economic boom, unmasking what she saw as the hypocrisy of an emerging middle class. In Identical Apartments, for instance, she explores the soullessness of the standardized apartment blocks that many Soulites seem to covet. Her most recent translated short story, or one of her final short story collections that was translated and published in English, Lonesome You, focuses on the lives of the elderly and infirm, with several pieces examining the challenges of growing old and what it means to continue living after a certain age. In Willard Flower, she portrays the awkwardness of late in life romance and the expectations that adult children impose on their parents. Psychedelic Butterfly delves into how families cope with the creeping effects of dementia, while Long Boring Movie raises questions about an adult child's responsibility for an overbearing father who neglected his family's emotional needs throughout his life. The rest of the collection covers a variety of themes, from the sweetness of first love to the struggles of a daughter born to a mistress, together offering a panoramic view of Korean life and human nature. Even late into her career, Pak's gift for storytelling never waned. Whether she was writing from the perspective of a child or an elderly woman, her works exude a tangible authenticity that resonates with readers across generations. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this glimpse into Park Wan-suh's remarkable journey and the rich tapestry of Korean literature that she had a significant hand in helping to shape. If you found this video interesting, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Let me know in the comments which of our works resonated with you the most, and maybe even what you'd like to hear about next. Until then, stay curious, keep reading. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.